I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Smith?
Here.
Councilmember Lundberg?
Here.
Mayor Sullivan?
Here.
Councilmember Pratt?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski?
Here.
Councilmember Martin Pontiac?
Here.
City Manager?
Here.
City Attorney?
Here.
City Assessor?
Here.
DPW Director?
Here.
Finance Director?
Here.
Community Development Director?
Here.
Police Chief?
Here.
Fire Chief?
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Public hearings, we have none. Citizens' comments on agenda-related items.
Hello, I'm Sammy Lukaskevitz. I live at 315 Fifth Ave. I support the city taking more involvement in events such as the Victorian Sleigh Bell Parade. I participated in the Sleigh Bell Committee the past 2 years, though my involvement the last couple of months waned somewhat, except for all social media promotion of the event. And we did a buy on behalf of Manistee Tourism to drive awareness and hopefully some hotel rooms as a result of it. The Victorian Sleigh Bell Parade has so much more potential given its uniqueness and its specificity to downtown Manistee. But it needs more representation from Manistee so we can grow it, make it even better, and create a truly Victorian culture around that one weekend a year. I think about every aspect of Frankenmuth equals Bavaria, and I think we can have that here, at least on one weekend, but we need broader involvement from the city to do that. And this is not about Manistee stroking a check to pay for this event, but rather having oversight for an event that is uniquely Manistee, that belongs in Manistee and should be run by Manistee. So we can grow it to its fullest, so hotels, retailers, restaurants, charities, and the city all succeed. So, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are marked with an asterisk are on the consent agenda and considered by the city manager to be routine matters. Prior to approval, any member of council may have an item removed and taken up during the regular portion of the meeting. Items include approval of minutes, payroll, invoices, notification regarding next study session. At this time, council could take action to approve the consent agenda as presented. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Martin Pontiac?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski?
Yes.
Councilmember Pratt?
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan?
Yes.
Councilmember Lundberg?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Consideration of establishing 2024 poverty exemption guidelines and new federal income guidelines as approved by the State Tax Commission. The adoption of a resolution establishing poverty exemption guidelines for exemption from poverty tax contributions is required in order for the Board of Review to grant poverty exemptions. The homestead of persons who the Board of Review determines by reason of poverty to be unable to contribute to the public charge is eligible for exemption in whole or in part from taxation under the Public Act 390, 1994, MCL 211.7U. The State Tax Commission requires the City of Manistee adopt the resolution every year and approve the income guidelines adopted by the State Tax Commission. The resolution states that we use the federal income guidelines and update that reflects changes from Public Act 191, 2023. At this time, council could take action to approve a resolution establishing the 2024 poverty exemption guidelines. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Lundberg?
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan?
Yes.
Councilmember Pratt?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski?
Yes.
Councilmember Martin Pontiac?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Consideration of upgrading to BS&A Cloud Enterprise software at a cost of $80,430 payable over 2 city fiscal years, amending the fiscal year 2024 budget to support the acquisition. The city's BS&A Enterprise software operates on a 15-year-old net platform. BS&A is no longer developing a new Any new features or enhancements for this version, BSNA Cloud is the next generation software released in 2021 and will be the product BSNA sells, supports, and enhances moving forward. It provides greater functionality, security, and productivity. In addition, the cloud product is needed to support field inspections for zoning, building, rental, blight, and fire. The software has been reviewed by management and staff, and they recommend making the upgrade to this version. At this time, council could take action to authorize upgrading to BSNA Cloud Enterprise Software at a cost of $80,430 payable over 2 city fiscal years, amend the fiscal year 2024 budget to support the acquisition, and authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute the agreement. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I have a question. Can we get some information on that? I guess my question behind that is typically if you make a software change or you purchase some type of technology, there can be support built in with that. Is there support to troubleshoot this if there's issues that the company is going to stand behind, and who's going to be responsible for making sure that this turnover is done?
Yeah, this is BSNA's roadmap to their future, so they've pretty much worked out all of the implementation and the transition features. That's what the purchase price is paying for. It's
Right.
all the implementation, it's all the training, it's making sure your data's secure, all that sort of thing. We pay ongoing maintenance like we do right now with the .NET, so if we have any problems with bugs or reports that we can't get to work right or whatever, we just call them and they take care of it. It's all kind of built in. When we went through this process back in 2017, when we migrated from fund balance to the .NET version for the financial management only, because we were using some of their other modules already, it was a very seamless and good process, and they took care of all of our issues if we had any, and did a really nice job on the training.
And what does this software do for us?
So this is the, I'll call it the digital, heart of the digital infrastructure. It's enterprise management software. So it does all of our financials, as I listed in my memo. It does assessing, it does tax, it does delinquent tax, and it does the building module, which supports planning and zoning, and building inspection and rental inspection. We're also going to try to use that for blight, and also for fire inspections to kind of consolidate that, so it's got better visibility and a platform for them to use. So it really touches all aspects of the organization, particularly in the financial management, but within those other modules as well.
Good, thank you.
And kind of one of the reasons we went to this, I asked Ed to look at if we could do some mobile tablets for building and, for rental inspection, building inspection, planning and zoning. So we've come to find out that .NET isn't supporting that anymore, so that was kind of the impetus with this, but there's other reasons to go to this version. It is the future of BSNA. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Lundberg.
Yes.
Councilmember Pratt.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski.
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan.
Yes.
Councilmember Martin Pontiac.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Consideration of ad hoc committee for the event management recommendations, section 13-16 of the city charter allows for creation of special committees to make recommendations to city council. Recently, the city was informed by the Sleigh Bell Committee that the Ramsdale Regional Center for the Arts will no longer act as a fiduciary for the Sleigh Bell event going forward. The city could create an ad hoc committee to make recommendations to ensure that larger city events such as Sleigh Bell continue in the future, and other major events such as they present themselves are properly considered, with the city serving as fiduciary. The city manager is also requesting that council provide a representative to participate in the committee. At this time, council could take action to establish an ad hoc committee for the event management recommendations. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Laura, would you please take roll? Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
Councilmember Pratt.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Councilmember Martin Pontiac.
Yes.
Councilmember Lundberg.
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. At this time, council could designate a member of council to serve on the committee. Is there a nomination? I would like to nominate Cindy Lundberg to the committee. Any discussion on that? Okay. Laura, would you please take roll?
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski.
Yes.
Councilmember Martin Pontiac.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Councilmember Lundberg.
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilmember Pratt.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Consideration of applications to boards and commissions. The city clerk has taken action to advertise vacancies. The Board of Review, Compensation Commission, Downtown Development Authority, PEG Commission, Tree Commission, and the Zoning Board of Appeals. Mayoral and manager appointments require motion second and council voted support. Nominations for council appointments do not require a second. After all nominations are made, council votes on the nominees until one nominee receives the majority support. The following applications have been received. Board of Review, 2 vacancies, 1 alternate member, term ending 12/31/26, and 1 regular term member ending 12/31/26. Purpose, here's Property Valuation Appeals Council appointment. Is there a nomination?
I nominate Gerald R. Hall, 421 Cedar Street.
Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Martin Pontiac,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Lundberg,
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilmember Pratt,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what term are you nominating him for?
Well, they're both 12/31/26.
Oh, okay, I'm
One's
sorry.
an alternate.
What, yeah, for the regular term?
Yes.
Okay. Do we need to amend that?
I don't think so.
Okay. Downtown Development Authority, 1 vacancy at large member, term ending 6/30/26, purpose, Central Business District and Tax Increment Financing Authority Manager appointments.
After discussion with Chairman Mosier, I'd like to nominate Sammy Lukashevitz, 315 Fifth Avenue for the DDA seat.
Laura, would you please take roll?
That needs a, I believe, a motion of support and a second for support for that.
I'll second it.
I'll support.
You support?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
I thought you were.
Thank you. Councilmember Pratt,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski,
Yes.
Councilmember Martin Pontiac,
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan,
Yes,
Councilmember Lundberg,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Motion passed.
thank you. PEG Commission, 4 vacancies, 2 terms ending 12/31/24 and 2 terms ending 12/31/26. Purpose, oversees operation of Manistee Public Access. Council appointment. Is there a nomination?
I'll make a motion that we nominate Al Gorman to one of the terms, but the term ending 12/31/26.
Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Lundberg,
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan,
Yes,
Councilmember Pratt,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski,
Yes.
Councilmember Martin Pontiac.
Yes.
Motion passed.
thank you. Tree Commission, 6 vacancies, 1 term ending 12/31/24, 2 terms ending 12/31/25, and 3 terms ending 12/31/26. Purpose, oversees public parks, boulevards, tree program. Mayoral appointment, I would like to nominate Sam Corum, 615 Broad Avenue, to the term ending 12/31/25. Laura, would you please take roll?
That also needs a
Second.
motion of support and a second.
I'll support.
Thank you.
Second.
Now could you take roll, please?
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Lundberg,
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan,
Yes,
Councilmember Martin Pontiac,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski,
Yes.
Councilmember Pratt.
Yes.
Motion passed.
thank you. The next one, John Helge, 450 Cedar Street, to the term ending 12/31/25. Is there support?
I'll make the motion to support.
I'll second.
Thank you. Laura, would you please take roll?
Councilmember Pratt,
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan,
Yes,
Councilmember Lundberg,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski,
Yes.
Councilmember Martin Pontiac.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion passed.
Gerald Hall, 421 Cedar Street, to the term ending 12/31/24. Is there support?
Yes. So I support.
I'll second.
Or would you please take roll?
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski,
Yes.
Councilmember Martin Pontiac,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith,
Yes.
Councilmember Lundberg,
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan,
Yes,
Councilmember Pratt.
Yes.
Motion passed.
thank you. Consideration of committee appointments. At this time, city manager to take action to make appointments to the council personnel committee.
I'd like to nominate the same personnel committee we had, Mayor Sullivan, Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski, and Councilman Bachman.
Do we need support on that one as well, Laura?
Yes.
Okay,
I support.
I second. Could you please take roll?
Councilmember Martin Pontiac,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Grabowski,
Yes.
Councilmember Pratt,
Yes.
Mayor Sullivan,
Yes.
Councilmember Lundberg,
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
Motion passed.
At this time, we will have a exercise from Fire Chief Herndon for the city's core values.
Would you like the clicker?
Okay, so as community leaders, we embody specific values that promote good governance and ensure the well-being of its citizens. In this team-building exercise, we explored the values that our city council possesses to function optimally. So as a recap, all council members turned in their top 5 core values. They created a core statement that shared how they were going to use that value. And then what I did is I summarized all of these core statements. I found the common ground that embodies the beliefs that this council values and feels that is critical to meet the needs of this community. And this is what we learned. Not that one. That one. So the common ground that we found is, once again, this is a summary of what was brought back to me, is this council values serving the community with respect, trust, responsiveness, responsibility, active listening, accessibility, fairness, and universal access for people of all abilities. Now, these core values are essential for building a robust and resilient community that promotes unity, justice, and equality. And further, as we move on down, was the core statements. And once again, this is what was brought to me with the core statements when I looked at everybody's individual contributions and what we were able to put together. So the first one, respect. Respect is the cornerstone for any strong community. We must respect all community members' opinions, beliefs, values, regardless of their background or social status. Next was trust. We must earn the trust of our citizens by being honest, transparent, and accountable for our actions. Third, we have responsiveness. We must quickly address the concerns and issues raised by our citizens. And the fourth one was responsibility. We must own our actions and decisions and be accountable for the outcomes. Now, by far, the biggest response that I received was active listening. And by active listening to our citizens, we can better understand their needs and concern. This in turn allows us to develop practical solutions that will improve the quality of life for our residents. Next was accessibility, universal access for people of all abilities. Now, we must ensure that our community is accessible to everyone, regardless of their physical or cognitive abilities. We had fairness. We must be fair and impartial in our decision-making to earn the trust of our citizens. And lastly, was passionate commitment and truth must guide us as community leaders. We must be passionate about making a positive difference in the lives of our citizens and committed to serving our community. We must also speak the truth and uphold the highest ethical standards. So in conclusion of this first part of the activity is, as community leaders, we must embody all of these core values. We can only create a thriving, resilient community that promotes unity, justice, and equality by embracing these values. And that was what we discovered was the collective agreement between our leaders. Now we're going to move on to the second part of our activity. And yes, there's going to be another homework assignment over Christmas break. So I apologize for that. But what I would like us to do is I'd like us to create a wish principle, all right? Now, a wish principle is a principle of who the city aspires to be. So in your own words, I'd like you to write down your definition of the city's top 3 aspirations. An aspiration of something that you wish, something that you would like to see progress within the city. Now, after you write those 3 wishes, we're going to write 2 obstacles down, 2 obstacles that are preventing that wish from coming true. All right? And then once we have our goal and our vision of what we're doing, our next step of this, after we have our obstacles, we're going to look at ways that we can eliminate these obstacles and see the progression and move our city forward. And that's what we have. So I'll be sending out, look for an email from me tomorrow, all right, which it will have this statement in front of you. Any way you get that email back to me, if you take a picture of it, I understand there's a few little problems with typing on it before. If you want to deliver it to me, text it to me, any way is good. And then we'll come back with the second part of our activity. Thank you.
Thank you. Done already? Citizens' comment. This is an opportunity for citizens in attendance to comment on municipal service activities or other areas of city involvement. Limited to 5 minutes. Letters submitted to council will not be publicly read. Mr. Gamble.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank Chief Hernan for leading the exercise and council for participating. We've received notice of the Department of Natural Resources Trust Fund is going to be awarding us $300,000 for the North River Walk, so that's going to help improve access over there. So just a big thank you to Jeff McCula, Sean Middleton, I think those trips to Lansing, and also to those trust board meetings, and also Senator Bumstead, I think, helped make some calls for us as well. So that was our 3rd time applying, and I don't think we could get any more points, with any other correction. So it was really good that we received that this time. The next study session on the 9th, we're looking to do the TIP, and open council's all available for that. I think it'll be a good discussion about the road funding, and I've seen Wes, but we'll figure out. We want to make sure that everyone's there for that one. It's going to be a good discussion. So if we don't do it on that, then the 9th, we'll do it at the next meeting after that. I just wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Mr. Pratt.
I don't have anything. Thank
Mr.
you.
Grabowski.
Okay, no, come to any decision with this fire, the ambulance? I see we discussed it in the staff meeting.
I think we're hoping during the CIP discussion, the capital improvement, I know there's discussion about fire trucks. We have an older engine, an older ladder. We also have we have one ambulance that, perhaps we could look at another ambulance. So I think that's a discuss. We haven't made a decision. We've been talking about it in preparation to discuss it with council.
Okay, that's all I got.
Okay. Ms. Pontiac.
No, I don't have anything, but we did miss comments from the public, didn't we?
Oh, I read it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I totally missed it. Anything.
Mr. Smith.
I have nothing, thank you.
Ms. Lundberg.
I don't have anything either.
I have nothing. I hope that everybody has a nice Christmas and a Happy New Year. I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.